This is the Samsung S10 phone. The box looks pretty good and is manufactured in Korea. In the box, you do get the Samsung phone itself, which looks really nice and has a nice look on the back with this stretch of cameras here on the top. It also does come with a USB to wall outlet, a USB to Type-C, stereo headphones, SIM card remover, and the quick start guide. I've kept the box, same with the charger and this other converter, but I've kind of lost my headset and everything else that came with it because it has been 5 years. Starting up the phone, it has a nice click sound. You can double tap the screen to launch it. These are custom backgrounds I have set up, such as the lock screen. As for the icons themselves, this border around it are other features and templates that Samsung does offer in the theme library. To access it, you hold down the screen and the customization will come up and you can change up your themes and other types of stuff in the actual store. You can also change your wallpapers and also the color palette of your phone. This is my main screen. I do have Google right there, so I can just immediately use it, which the keyboard is very responsive and very click. On the outside, you have a power up, volume down, and the Bixby. I slip it in the case and it's ready to go. Front facing camera is right here also. There's a speaker up here for your ear, a headphone jack, and a Type-C port. There is one speaker for music and it's here at the bottom of the phone. For my use, camera quality is actually pretty good. This is me taking a product photo with the camera, and this is a picture of me taking a photo of myself with a front lens. And for zooming in, this is fully zoomed in at 10x. This is the camera set to 1x, and now the camera is now set to the wide angle of 0.5x. I think it's pretty solid, and I use it for taking photos and recording videos. And I'm using the reverse camera to actually see myself. Now I'm looking at the phone, the screen's on the other side, and I just got the main camera staring at me. This is what it just looks like. I use this phone to film videos on. It's just what I do. And there's one thing with content creation on this phone, is that the camera seems to record in two different areas. So you got left track and right track. It seems to always favor the right track, and you can't get rid of one track or the other because it just sounds off. So in post-production, I have to add a fill left with right and a fill right with left in Premiere Pro, and that fixes up the weird audio, no stereo and not enough stereo kind of issue, which is a little thing to know about this phone. Its search is pretty fast. It works. I use this phone. It's very responsive to no matter how fast I move everything. It just works. Now, pixel quality of the screen, I think it's pretty sharp. It's nowhere near as sharp as the S23 like my brother has, and that screen is a lot newer and a lot more beefier than the old versions. But mine has an SD card, and I filled this phone very quickly due to me always recording in UHD, which is 4K 60 FPS. I like the phone. I've used the phone. I've dropped my phone multiple times with the case on. Since I was putting ridge caps on, which is at the peak of a building, that fall was about 20-ish feet, and it landed straight onto the ground. No concrete, it was just dirt. It landed right here, and it left an indent into the earth. But it does make a little rattling noise because the lens up here kind of moves back and forth. But when I engage the camera, it goes away. I like it. It's solid, and it just pivots super nicely when I just pull it out of my pocket. Since my phone goes down, I flip it up, and it's able to go back in. I flip it down and push it back in. But I will warn you, I've been doing this for 4 years, so I would not recommend it for anybody else to do this. I really recommend this phone as either a first-time phone for someone, or just a phone you want to get that you don't have to worry about. All around, a solid buy.